Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here tonight on 20 Sides to Every Story. And we haven't even started the game here, and the hype train is close. So thank you all for the cheers and subs. We really appreciate that. So we are coming back. It feels to me like it's been forever since we played, but it's just been a week. So good to be back. We're going to be picking things up. We're going to be moving into the second part of the adventure that we were playing, which is the Planescape hardcover adventure, Turn of Fortune's Wheel. And so we'll get caught up with where we're at in the story. But first, if this is your first time stopping in with us, we would invite you to come and join us in our Discord server. Throw the link to that in the chat here. Great way to kind of connect with us when we're not online here, and find potentially games for yourself to play in. I think we've got a number of one-shots and things that people have been planning. And so we do have an LFG channel in there that you can potentially find a place to connect with others to play some games, or just talk about the games that we're playing here on the channel. So I know we got a number of people that have come into the Discord from watching this game that are planning to run their own versions of this. And so there's a small group of people that are brainstorming what they're going to do with theirs. This is a very open-ended kind of thing, this adventure, so it's kind of cool to see what other people are doing. I'm sure all the players here have muted that channel so they don't get any spoilers, because they are talking. I think we're further than anybody in that group is, but at some point they might catch up to us. So yeah, so check that out. Please do join us there in the Discord. If you really like what we are doing, you could support us on Patreon, and I'll just pop the link to that there, and you can click it and check it out and see what all you get for supporting us that way. But yeah, I think we'll just get right into things here. The group, you all, have spent a little time now in Sigil, and in our last adventure, you were trying to obtain some work. You're realizing that your resources, your money, was not probably going to carry you too far, and so you were trying to find a means to survive while simultaneously trying to figure out what the heck is going on with your status. And one way or another, you all came to find yourselves. You found sort of an ally in the owner of the Fortune's Wheel Casino, a character by the name of Shemeshka, who you met with, and it would seem that she is quite a powerful character in Sigil, and you met with her, and she pledged that she would look into what is happening with you. She is among one of many actors that are sort of interested in what's going on with you, but unlike the others that you have met, she is not actively trying to kill or arrest you, and so seems preferable to talk to her. But she also has need of you all. Because she has a bit of missing property that she has tasked you with finding, a modron by the name of R04M, who we will probably in short order start calling Rome, I think. But yeah, so this modron, she told you, was an accountant of hers. You have had some experiences here in the casino, and you have seen a variety of different characters, and so you're probably getting the sense that Shemeshka is not 100% above board, and probably has a lot of dirt on a lot of different people. And this was sort of implied when you talked to her, that this accountant is a bit of property of hers that she does not want floating around out there, for fear that it might be picked up by an enemy of hers, or somebody who might use the information on it to ends that she would prefer they not be used. So she has given you an upfront payment of 300 gold pieces each, plus the assurances that she was going to look into your situation. Um, so this is kind of the task that has been set before you. This task seems to be one that is also not a terrible thing, because it's going to take you out of Sigil, take you away from where you're kind of like the most wanted, and so it's serving that purpose as well. She doesn't have a lot of details for where to start your search. You kind of asked, like, how will we know when we find it? Like, where should we start? And I think she would suggest to you that probably the best place to start would be the gate town of Automata. I think she has explained to you at this point there are 16 gate towns in the Outlands. The Outlands is sort of a concordant plane that, with Sigil kind of at its center. And at the center of the Outlands, it's the Spire, this huge, it's not really a mountain, but it's this big kind of rock formation. Maybe starts out kind of looking like a mountain would with its base, but then it slowly kind of turns into just this one really, really, really tall pillar of stone. And then Sigil kind of sits on top of it like a little halo. So there's no way to climb down from Sigil down this slope, or what? It's not even a slope. It would just be a drop. So she has given you a key, I believe in the form of, I think it was like a stone, or a precious stone of some kind, and that is supposed to act as a key to a portal that's located in the clerk's ward, at the base of, I believe it is a statue of a three-eyed horse. And so using that, you can get down to the Outlands, and then from there, her suggestion, she would tell you, you kind of search or go wherever evidence might take you, but she'd maybe start with Automata, just because that gate town connects to Mechanus, which is the home of modrons, and so it might be like a natural starting point for your investigation. She has put you up for the night in the suite where you're staying here at the casino, so you're able to get a nice long rest. And I think you all had maybe some shopping that she was going to have some of her employees take care of you, so you wouldn't have to go out into Sigil and risk, being observed or being spotted by the Harmonium or whatnot. So, I think as we get started here, you are all sound asleep in your beds, bellies full of delicious food that has been brought up to your rooms by her staff. You've been treated very well during your time here. And I'm sure you're having, well, I don't know. Maybe as part of like kind of character introductions here, you could tell us a little bit about maybe what your character is sort of dreaming about or thinking about. However you want to narrate or explain that. Give us a little glimpse into the window that is your character's mind right now. And I think we might start in reverse order along my screen, and I'm going to pick on you first, Lyra.
It's fine. Hi, I'm Lyra. I'm playing Baz. Baz is currently a Changeling Rogue. He is sleeping probably as soundly as he has since meeting up with the rest of these guys. He has probably had a shower and has put on some nice clothing that was supplied by the fine hostess that we have here. So he's feeling pretty good. He looks nice, and he's used to looking nice. He's from has an aristocratic background. I think that Baz is probably dreaming about being out in the forest back at home, and some working out with his favorite hawk, that he used to like to do back whenever he could sort of escape the responsibilities that his father was trying to pressure him into back at home. Probably looking a little bit nervous, not sure about this, but kind of ready to go, realizing that this is kind of at least a path forward, which is I think makes him feel good, a little less lost.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next up, we will go over to Jenna.
Hello, I'm Jenna. I'm playing Clack. Uh, he used to be a Thri-kreen fighter of some kind, but he is now a human artificer. And he's kind of slowly figuring that out. After I finally figured out what I was shopping for, I got a bunch of toolkits. And what he is dreaming of, I would say he's probably also dreaming of home. I imagine he is kind of like the way that he has been treated here feels closer to what he like experienced at home. So like he's imagining like all this like nice food that's being brought to him, like the games that are like available, or like chatting with like the patrons. He kind of like imagining that like feeling, but in his home. Um and just kind of course, looking as his once handsome self used to look like, not this weird squishy human form. Um, but that's probably what he's dreaming of, is that feeling of importance, but back home.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's go over next to Dawson.
Hi, I'm Daw. I'm playing Baldwin, who is currently a level 6 Battle Master fighter human. And as for what first of all, he did a lot of shopping to reclaim everything he lost to the Harmonium, so I'm a little lacking in coin now, but I have some stuff, so that's good. And as for what he would be dreaming about, I would say is as like he goes to sleep, he wakes up as if he's in a large open like stone chamber. He's sitting at a chair. Just there's a lot of conversation that seems to be like more directed at him that he's only half-heartedly paying attention to. He's half-heartedly paying attention to. He's kind of like tired, not really getting every word that's being said to him. He like just more feels exhausted in the moments. And like off to his sides, he can see and hear people kind of like whispering and chattering and just staring at him from time to time. And then he just like slowly starts drifting asleep in his chair, and then he would wake up.
Awesome. Let's go next to Robyn.
All right. I'm Robyn. I'm playing Cerebella Storm, an Orc Wizard who is a beauty pageant runner-up person that now is. I did find something that she would buy, a disguise kit that has makeup and hair color and different things like that. Something she's proficient in and would really want to make sure she could replenish her supplies. Maybe, do a little bit of work. So she is taken to the lovely slot machines here at Fortune's Wheel. So I think that's what she'd be dreaming about. It's just all the excitement of the casino and especially the razor leaf slot machine that I just feel like the next spin, that'll be it. So that's where her mind is tonight.
Awesome. Just waiting for the clock to reset so you can give it another spin.
Yeah, yeah. 1201. Can I go down? Yeah.
Yep. And then let's go lastly here to Isaac.
Hello, I'm playing Zilloff. I think as far as shopping, Zilloff would have secretly asked just for a small flute. As far as him once being a bard long, long ago. But I think as far as dreaming goes, I think he'd have a dream this night. He'd be alongside his friends, and he would kind of clash, they would all kind of clash into a room, and he'd see like this dragonborn, just with all disfigured, eyes everywhere, and he is fighting alongside his friends against like this beast. And obviously, before anything happens, he wakes up. But that's what he'd be dreaming about.
And before you wake up, your dream would morph just a bit. Probably the same kind of feel, like a feeling of urgency, a feeling of danger, a feeling of adrenaline pumping through your veins. But the scene just kind of changes. It's one of those things where the dream just doesn't skip a beat, and suddenly it's totally recontextualized, and you're looking around, and you're seeing that you're maybe not out in the wilderness, but you're actually in what would appear to be an urban environment. Nice cobblestone pathed streets, pretty tightly packed together buildings, ancient buildings, and behind you is a backdrop of this big, huge keep up on a hill. But all is not well. You are with others that are wearing plate mail, swords and shields in hand, helms, to protect, and everyone that you see around you is like in kind of military formation, like lined up almost in a defensive stance at the base of this keep. In the skies are this kind of smoky crimson red, and there's just kind of like this faint tinge of almost like a sulfuric smell in the air. And you're looking down, you're seeing that you also are holding a shield and a sword in hand, and you don't have your dragon scales, it's skin. And you see like in front of you all of the soldiers that you were standing with, or the knights maybe, that you were with, are all staring out into the street, and you can see coming at you are these like all sorts of strange, fiendish type creatures, things with wings, horns, all shapes and sizes, but as equally fortified as the lot that you're with, when you're vastly outnumbered. And on the winds, you can hear this song. Someone is singing this like battle hymn. Oh, sing a song of El Turel. When foes are at her door, her fields torn by cloven feet, from some infernal shore. Arise, the mighty hell riders, take up your swift keen swords, then charge into the hellish fray and scatter devil hordes. And like everybody is like just charging forward with their swords out into this unwinnable battle in front of you. And you can just feel your self be drawn into that, and you're using paladin like powers to kind of repel some of the demons, and channeling the divine power of your deity into your sword, and cleaving with holy energy into this mass. And then you kind of wake up in the midst of that, and you're back in the room at Fortune's Wheel. Everyone else maybe seems like they've been awake for a little bit. You maybe had slept in just a little bit longer, hanging on to this dream, seemingly a vision of some life that you don't really remember.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna kind of look down at his hands and realize that they're the kind of elfin hands, and he's gonna be quiet for a bit, just kind of contemplating what like happened, because it was a very like realistic feeling dream, right? It wasn't like so much.
Yeah, when you wake up, like it feels more like a memory than it does a dream. Like
Okay.
it feels like you remember being there. You all of a sudden are putting like names maybe to like some of those nights, some of those faces that you saw, like you remember them. They were, your brothers and sisters at arms. Like you remember glimpses of like training regiments that you went through. Like it's all very fractured, but like there's like a life of memories behind that moment
Mm-hmm.
that you just can't quite claw at.
Hmm.
I will say, as you're contemplating what you've just envisioned, you hear the soft, dulcet tones of a flute being played throughout the chamber, bring a nice calming energy to the morning, and everyone can gain 8 temporary hit points.
Ah. So relaxing.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling better after sleeping.
That is definitely what I needed.
Yeah.
You hear a knock at the door. Room service.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Clack's gonna kind of rub his hands together and like scamper over. I love room service. He's gonna open up the door and be like, "Welcome. What have you brought us?"
You open the door and you see on the other side a tiefling in a little bellhop outfit with two like really large silver platters that are covered, and the bellhop like moves into the room and places both on a table inside and lifts them up, and the aroma of um, this, I don't know, it's like an egg bake kind of dish, and there's fresh bacon and coffee and fruit, and
Ooh.
in the door frame behind you, you can see emerging into the room behind the bellhop as they set to work is the form of Shemeshka, who walks into the room, and she says, "Good morning, my lovelies. I trust that you had a wonderful sleep. You've been given everything that you have asked for. Is there anything else that you need before you set out to the Outlands?"
You've treated us very well.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if my compatriots would like anything else, but I feel very grateful for what you've done already.
So this looks lovely, and Baz are going to go over and grab a coffee and start mixing some, like, very like carefully just measuring and mixing my coffee the way that I like it.
Oh,
Well, you guys don't leave without me. It takes a little bit of time to do my regimen in the morning. I'll call out from probably the bathroom, and it's like you don't get this kind of volume, with just a quick brush through. So just give me a few more minutes. I'm almost there.
Question, Alex. Did do we know that this creature is a devil, a fiend?
let's see. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to our raiders here. We got a raid coming in from Goodman Games, so appreciate that. Definitely go and give them a follow if you haven't already. We appreciate you swinging in. You do know that. I don't remember if it was Pharaoh or someone else that. I think Pharaoh just told you, like, I work for a Yugoloth or whatever.
There were a lot of imps and things too in the casino. Like we saw a lot of. I don't know. Just seems like a theme.
Yeah.
That That staircase, the railing with the imp.
Hmm.
I remember.
The one with the cigar who gave us these
Yeah.
coins. Before we
Tell
leave, I
me,
need to make that. Yeah.
did you take place in the Blood Wars?
She kind of gives you a curious look, and she says, "Oh, I I am neutral in as far as that goes. I cater to my services are rendered to whoever enters my parlor. I am not in the business of getting wrapped up in the philosophies of that conflict."
Hmm.
The Baz doesn't know what you're talking about, so could I insight check her?
Sure.
Oh yeah, that'll get me far. It's a 6. Did it come through?
He did, yeah. Yeah, I mean, probably like everything. I mean, was your intent was like, is she lying? Is that what you were trying to figure out? I think you might be muted.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like so it's
Like,
just
is
if
she
he's asking if she's neutral and I'm like, is she telling the truth? Like neutral sounds
gotcha?
kind of questionable.
Um, she doesn't give a lot of detail there on, like, she doesn't get into any kind of like politics about the blood war, but um, probably based on what little you know about Yugolas, is they generally are kind of neutral. Like sometimes they get involved in the blood war, but it's usually like a profiteering kind of thing if they do. Like they serve more as mercenaries for one side or the other versus like having a true stake in it.
Mm-hmm. Either way, I think the party would see Zilloff for some reason that he really didn't have this kind of feeling before. He seems to be a bit kind of uneasy with this creature being in there, and he himself too, I think, might be a bit kind of unsure of himself and kind of trying to figure out why he feels this way. But it just feels like there's some part of him, like embedded in him, that he was trained so much against to battle these creatures for some reason now that he doesn't really.
And you see as the tiefling sets up everything, like she moves over to the door, or she kind of moves over to like the side of the table and like extends a hand, and you see Shemeshka snap like a really dirty look at the bellhop, and they very quickly kind of put their hand down and back away and just respectfully sit at this periphery of the room. Shemeshka asks you if you have any further questions before you head out, or otherwise she says that she will give you your time to make your plans and get yourself ready for your journey.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. You are always honored guests here. Should you find any information along the way, please don't hesitate to return and give me an update or report as you go. I'm very keen and very interested to hear what if you might be able to track down this modron. In the meantime, I will use my network and see what I can find about your predicament. Should I discover something that I think you need to know, I have my methods. I will find you.
Good. Thank you.
And with that, she takes her leave of you, and you are in the bellhop. Does a little bow, follows her out the door, and you are all alone here in your room.
I'm gonna turn to Zilloff and say like, something wrong.
I don't know. I don't, it just felt. I just ingrained. I don't know. Memories. I don't. He's a bit confused himself. He's like, I don't know. Just weird dreams. He'd just say.
Would you feel better if you talked about it? Want to share with us how you feel?
Oh, no,
Um,
we're not starting the day with feelings, guys. No feelings, remember? We have a job to do. I leave you for 5 minutes and you're all talking feelings out here.
But
It's ridiculous.
have you changed your mind about this job?
Well, I mean, it's something to do, and maybe if she can figure out what's going on here, we can all get back to where we belong.
It is a start. Oh my god, sorry. It is a start.
Well, I suggest we eat this hearty breakfast because we don't know when we're going to be treated to something like this again.
We can swing by the casino on the way out, right? I mean, we got a few minutes, right?
If it's tomorrow, you could play the game again, right?
I mean,
Try the
just,
wheel.
it's just a thought in the back of my mind. Maybe I'll win something good for the road, something useful.
So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take a reasonable portion of this, and I'm going to very, thoughtfully eat this and be happy that I'm eating something that looks familiar and finish my coffee.
Sounds good. So everybody's taking a little bit of extra time maybe this morning to enjoy the comforts of the suite, have some food, but then are going to return to the gambling floor for a chance to win the big prize. So and it looks like we got a sub here from Percy. Thank you so much for the subscription, 32 months in a row. That's awesome. Appreciate that. So you all make your way back down to the casino floor, and it is bustling, even though it's morning time. There's no shortage of people that are sitting in front of these slot machines or have themselves parked on a stool in front of a card table or a roulette table or whatnot. But there is nobody. There is nobody up at the big wheel, where you can see the big plush red chair in front of that wheel that has the kind of basically three wheels tiered on top of each other. A big gold. It is the Fortune's Wheel. It's what the casino is named after. And so, Cerebella, you're going to stride forward and take a shot at it.
Oh, yeah, I think that'll be a wonderful way to start the day. Come on, Lucky. Rolls.
I hope you don't plan to spend all your gold on this machine.
Oh, no, I just have, I think this will be the one. I only need the one, right? This will just be the one.
Good luck.
It's as the old adage says, 90% of gamblers quit before they hit it big. Just keep going. Find it.
You got
Good
this.
luck. Good luck.
I forgot how to roll. What am I supposed to roll?
Sorry. I was trying to find the little image so you can
that's
see
what it looks like.
That's what it looks
So
like.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
This was the thing in my dream all night long.
Oh.
so you can go ahead and roll a D10 to start things
Okay.
off.
Oh, man.
And it I think you might have had this one. It lands on a stein, and so
That
you
was
get
me.
a free drink token for a drink at the ice lounge.
Oh. Well,
We had
it's not quite how my dream went, but, I guess you win some, you lose some. That's all I can do. Come on, anybody else want to try it?
I spent all my money on toolkits. I don't know, I never had this feeling before of wanting to have tools, but suddenly it just feels right. So I have a few more gold left, but not enough for this.
I'm gonna ask Zilloff if he wants to try again. Try to kind of get a sense of why he's not feeling so good today. Do you want to try? I'll pay for it for you. I think your luck is changing.
Okay. I'll try it.
All
You
right.
will?
Yeah. I'll try it.
For 5 razor leafs, you can give it a spin.
All right. Here we go.
You got this.
I'm going to use my dice. No, I'm not. I'm going to use this dice.
I'm gonna go
Here we
get a
go.
mimosa.
Oh, 8.
Oh, so close.
It was a
Yeah.
0 for a bit. Yeah, dang it.
It lands on a tentacle.
What's that?
No, I don't know.
Maybe it's a massage.
There's like a
Oh.
little slot thing, you know, at the base of where the contraption where the lever is, and
Mm-hmm.
something. It's very kind of. It sounds like one of those little sticky hands that
Uh-huh.
you get out of the the quarter machine. Just and you look down in there, and there's like this tentacle that's like still writhing and wiggling about. And it's kind of like inching its way, trying to pull itself out of the little alcove that it dropped into.
I'll grab it.
Oh.
You just see subtly Baldwin's reaching to his back pocket for a dagger, just slowly pulling it out.
What is this?
I don't know.
I don't like it.
It's probably about like 1.5 feet long, purple.
Oh.
That is a sizable tentacle.
It kind of like keeps like writhing up, and it almost feels like it's aimed somewhere at your nostrils.
Oh. Oh. Wow.
Maybe
I put it down. I set
your
it
luck
down.
isn't changing. Can I ask somebody? Like, is there somebody around? It's like, what the heck is this? Nobody's around.
Oh, what did you win there? I come back with my mimosa.
I don't know.
Did you win or did you lose? I can't really tell what that is.
My luck is changing.
He won a tentacle.
What?
It's like inching away from you.
Wait, hold. I'll go and I don't know. I'm gonna pick it up again. It wants to go to my nose.
It's
What
like
is this?
Everybody that's like passing around is like making like a wide girth around you. Like they're going out of their way to like.
What is this? What is this? I start yelling. What is this?
Is Winter's Bite there? Our dragon friend? Did he hang out too long overnight?
Cerebella would be like, oh yeah, you know, you saw him when you went to get your mimosa. He's over at the bar again.
You know, kind of like he was yesterday. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I ought to be honest, but he's over there. It's kind of big, hard to miss.
I'll walk over with it, holding it at arm's distance.
Everyone's like, oh.
What? What is this? Is it good or bad?
Oh wow.
Hey.
It's some kind of tentacle you got.
What is it?
It's not. I don't think you won. Maybe step on it.
I'm gonna look for is there an imp around? One of the imp.
Yeah, there's like a
workers?
little imp with like a broom and a dustpan. It's like sweeping stuff up.
What is it? What is this? Is it good?
It doesn't look good.
What is it?
Did you bring that in here?
No, it was from the wheel over there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, it looks like a mind flayer tentacle.
Oh.
You want me to take care of that for you?
Is it like actively trying to
Yeah.
like go up my nose?
Yep.
Oh, it's trying to. Oh, that's interesting.
What happens if you let it tickle your nose?
Don't let that happen.
No, why not?
Well, I mean, do what you want. It's your life.
Oh,
You know, I've heard
life?
you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. I think this applies here. Don't let it near your nose.
So, does stuff like this often come out of the big expensive gambling machine over there?
It's not the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever seen come
Hmm.
from the gambling wheel? The fortune wheel.
I've seen eyeballs. I've seen I think I saw a little tadpole weird thing.
Probably don't want that next to your nose either, right?
No. No. I mean, no.
I don't want it.
I was gonna say, I think this is yours. So whatever you want to do, Baz, with it.
I'm just gonna put it on. Isn't the bar made of ice? I'm just gonna like slap it on the bar and like walk away.
Sounds good.
Suction cup.
Boy, if you had a place to store it, it could come in handy sometime.
I
Maybe you
don't.
wanted to go in someone else's nose.
I don't have a place to store it. I don't. How do you store one of these? Do you have
Well,
to feed one of these?
it's an interesting question, you know, and maybe it would be worth some research and investigation.
I have a lot of questions about this. Like, where did it come from? Is there something that's coming? Like, who's stalking the machine?
Clack's
Should I
gonna look to the imp really quick and be like, "Do you have like a doggy bag or like something that people like a bag like for people who bring out prizes or anything?" Like,
I don't have a bag.
oh, well, there goes my idea.
I don't know. You could go and I guess talk to maybe one of the guys at the casino cages. They probably have some bags for you.
That way, if we at least it'll be in the bag. Although I hear octopi are very smart and might find its way out.
Is it like a severed tentacle? Is
Yeah.
that what it?
But it's
Clean.
like moving.
Mm-hmm.
I could make it really tiny for a little bit at a time. Wouldn't that be fun? Or make it really big? Oh, that would be even more fun. But maybe we should just find a place to store it for now.
I think that you should keep it. Then you're collecting the strange things that we're picking up.
Well, Zilloff want it. I mean, you might find it useful sometime if you have someone who, you know, is bothering you and you just want a tentacle up their nose.
I'm gonna go ask for a bag.
Sure. So you go up to like one of the
Ask for 2 so you
Excuse
can
me.
double bag
Two.
it.
Can I have 2 bags, please?
they give you kind of this canvas like bag that has like the emblem of Fortune's wheel on it, big golden wheel or whatever.
Thank you.
Kind of thing that you probably imagine they give to people to haul away coins or whatever. So they give you a couple of those.
I want a tentacle.
Souvenir.
Congratulations.
No, okay. And I'm gonna bring it back and double bag it. Here you go. Thanks for letting me try.
Don't
I
forget to
I
bunny ear loop.
I don't I'm gonna hand it to Cerebella.
Fine. I will babysit your tentacle if that's what you want.
Mm.
I'm going to add a double bagged tentacle to my inventory.
Yep. You're gonna have to
And if
custom add that in. I don't think they have that on D&D Beyond.
we got 2 bags out of it. That's cool.
Free bag.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that you want to do while you're at Fortune's Wheel before you head out?
I'm gonna say goodbye to my friend, my new friend, Winter's Bite.
You gotta go.
Yeah, gotta take care of something. It was good to talk to you.
Well, thank you so much. You changed my life. You changed my life.
Really.
Yeah.
How you doing? You going home?
I probably should, huh?
Whatever. It's fine. Whatever you want to do.
What? Well, I want to stay here and drink and
Hmm.
maybe gamble a little more. I can't. I don't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't have any money, how's he paying for the drinks?
He's not.
I gotta order. Yeah. Hey, I'll have another one.
All right. Well, we'll see ya. I'm sure you'll be here when we get back. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Take it. Stay calm. We'll see ya.
Thank you.
Be well.
Thank you. You
Be
be
well.
well too. Don't be a stranger. We should.
Okay.
I mean,
Jim.
where are you going?
We're going to.
Are you in trouble?
Going. No, not really. Gonna go find little modron.
Oh.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
good luck. I
Fun.
hope you find the little guy. Those stinkers. They're all over.
I already asked if you could go. The answer was definitely no.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Oh, see you later.
See ya. Sorry.
I wonder why I can't
Goodbye.
go. Maybe I'm too big. All right, so you leave him, and he seems like he's probably going to be there for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you all head out onto the streets with all of your stuff packed away, your double bagged tentacles and whatnots, and you head out and head to the clerk's ward to find that statue. And you seem to be able to avoid the harmonium as you head out. Produce the lapis lazuli, shaped like an eye. And as you approach the statue, you can see that an archway nearby that leads into an alleyway seems to kind of fill with this like kind of purplish blue miasma. And it seems to be reacting to the eye.
Well, that seems promising.
Yeah, you want to give it a try, see if it works?
Sure. He takes it. Well, he's like, wait, well, do we need to like link hands or like
I
if
think
I
you
get
just walk through, and I walk through.
You out, and you can see that Baldwin disappears.
all right, let's go.
So one by one, you're all passing through, and probably weren't really sure like what the sensation would be like, but it's pretty much you find yourself instantaneously in a big, wide, open space. There is light up overhead, brightly lit, and The area that you are stepping out into is kind of rocky. The ground is sort of this kind of gritty dirt, almost sand, like reddish sand. And is this the one I want? This is the one I want. You can see that you seem to be standing at the top of like a ravine, or like a canyon that has like a river kind of winding through it. And there's a couple of areas nearby where you just see like these big boulders or stones that kind of, they're not fitted together. They're not like mortared together, but they're kind of shaped almost like an archway or a bridge over the ravine to the other side. But they're floating. They're disconnected. They're defying what you know to be gravity. But that seems to be how they are formed or shaped, or what their purpose may be. You're looking behind you. You can see there is a solitary stone archway that still has kind of that purplish blue miasma in it, and you can just like kind of faintly through that sensation see kind of the outlines of what looks like sigil. And you can kind of taking stock of your surroundings. It looks like you're standing in kind of a weathered ruins. Like maybe there was some kind of a actual building here at one point, but it has long since fallen to the wayside. It barely resembles what it might have been at one time. Probably the only thing that's really standing intact is this this archway. And as you gaze maybe in the new environment that you are seeing, you can see off in the distance this huge spire of stone that reaches up towards the sky and seems impossibly tall. And at the top, you can just see that little halo of a city. And you know that, like, that is the distance that you have traveled all the way from the top of that thing down, down to this ground level. And, you know, you're looking around at the terrain beyond the ruins that you're standing in. You can see kind of weird magenta trees that climb up craggy hills. Some of them have kind of strange bark formation, almost like wizened faces grown into the grooves of the trees.
So,
And
but the area is not really like it's not a forest. It's very like gritty and open, but there are trees around. Is what you're
yeah, it's not
describing.
not a dense forest by any means. Just little traces of foliage with some
Like
shrubbery or bushes, but it's like kind of sporadic.
like the American Southwest.
Yeah, be that kind of feel.
And we're we're on a top of a plateau area, and there's this ravine that goes down with a river through it.
Yeah, it looks like there are like ramps down, like natural ramps down that you could get down to the river if you wanted to. As you're kind of looking down there, it looks like there is somebody down there. You're probably maybe like 80 feet above the ground level where the river is. And actually, probably Clack, you would recognize it. Looks like it's a two Thrycreen down in the ravine. And they've got they both have like bamboo fishing poles out, and it looks like that's what they're doing. They got lines in the river, and one is noticeably maybe like a foot taller than the other.
My, that seems to be one of my kin.
That's
Or
what you
two of
look
them.
like?
Yes. Granted, a little more handsome, but yes, that's what I look like.
Uh-huh.
God.
Mm-hmm.
What are those things? What are those things?
Thry-Kreen.
It looks like giant bugs.
Yeah. Like really,
Thry-Kreen.
It's like
Not bugs.
it's like a walking stick, but a little bigger.
a really, really big walking stick. Yeah.
Sir and madam, you are saying very hurtful things right now.
I'm sorry, it's just so. I thought I've seen everything. The fox-headed woman was one thing. This is entirely different.
I agree with Baldwin on this one. A foxy lady is one thing, but bug men are a completely different thing. They look like they could just like snap your head right off.
Oh no. No, they can't do that. They will speak into your mind though. We don't
no,
have
no.
No, it's perfectly safe. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. It's merely it's just like this, but in your head.
Nope.
So could they understand us if we're talking to them? Do they have like ears of some kind, or do we have to talk into their heads too?
No, I mean, from what I remember, we could hear you just fine.
Oh, cool.
That all depends on like if you speak, the languages, of course. But
Did
I
you
seem to
do,
understand you just fine, so I think it should be okay.
did you do much fishing when you were a Thry-Kreen?
Sometimes if I wanted to feel like the common folk, I would, but otherwise, no, not too often. I usually had other more important things to handle.
You said you had
wanna
a
go-
language. What does that sound like?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it doesn't. It's hard to replicate with this because
Give me your best
you-
shot. You never know if you try.
Well, okay. Anyway,
I don't
Uh-huh.
hear. I don't know.
Seems that
You-
your suppression was keeping your voice down.
it it's very difficult. You can't quite get the same level of repetition clacks going on and clacks and clitters, and like you gotta like.
Mm.
It's
Do you want to
very.
talk?
It's very.
Do you want to go talk to them?
I could try.
Well, it wouldn't be a terrible idea, for I have no idea where we are or where we're going.
That's a
Yeah.
fair point.
Does it make sense that this is the portal that we would have to come back to return? Possibly.
Is the archway still reacting to the key?
It stays open for about a minute after you pass through.
Well, it might be good to remember where we parked, just in case, but I don't know. These keys seem to have some weird rules to them. I don't know if they always work both ways.
Who's hanging on to the key?
I am currently hanging on. I currently have the key. I should mark that down.
Are you wanting to test anything about that?
Yeah. He would. Sorry, I was making a note. Clack would walk back towards the stones with the key in hand and kind of extend it forward and see if it does anything.
Yeah, as soon as you get like within 10 feet of it, it like reactivates.
Huh.
It's good to know if we need to.
Yeah, definitely got to remember this.
Well, it is about the only archway that is standing, so, probably an easy thing to just pop in the little old brain, right?
Yeah. Now he's curious. If there's another like one of the broken archways, can you? He would like to go over to like one of the other archways and test to see if like they reform or something. And
Oh, like just like rubble?
yeah.
This is like there's only the one like intact archway, otherwise everything else is ruined, but it doesn't seem to interact with anything else.
Oh well. That does make things easier.
There are
Alex,
just in case you were talking. Are you referring to those like boulders that are making up the bridge? Those are like further away.
No, like whatever would be in the immediate area. Like
Okay, okay.
there's the arch, and then if he sees other rocks, he might kind of wave them around there just to kind of give it a try. But he's not looking to like march off too far. And
Gotcha.
is the area like when you go down the 80 feet and there's the river, does it rise up again on either side, or does it stay low on that side? Like, is it just down, or is it down and then up again?
It's
Is it
like a canyon. Yeah, so like there's like a equal on the other
okay?
side, like an equal
Okay.
opposite side to the canyon. Yeah, and like
If
there'd be ramps up to get to that side as well.
is there anything on these rocks that the ones that are in disarray that like say that look like anything other than rocks? Are there any markings on them or anything like that that would indicate what used to be here?
No, nothing that you can see. Like as you're looking around and trying to find stuff like that, like it is really weathered. Like it is very, very ruined. So if there had been any markings or writings like that, it's long since eroded.
It does seem strange to have a portal out here in the middle of nowhere. Well, I don't know if this is the middle of nowhere, but there's nothing really around here.
Once there was, so maybe at one time it made sense to have the portal here. But over time, it's just, you know, become more of a ghost town.
it is next to a water source, and there are people fishing. So yeah, maybe there's something closer to here than we thought. Maybe.
You
Well, we
you
know we're
want to
looking
go?
for automata, right? Yeah.
Maybe we should see if that's where we are. You could talk to your bug people and get a good answer from them, right?
Sure. I'd be willing to give it a try. Yeah, if people are willing, he definitely kind of.
Wait, you realize you're not a Thrycreen anymore, correct?
I will always be a Thrycreen.
Ah, well, you don't appear to
Wasn't
be one at the
all
moment. You
gold.
don't appear to be one at the moment. Are they generally
I
friendly?
know.
Are they generally friendly to, human type people?
I'm gonna refer to the DM on this one because I don't quite. If I remember from what I read on like a D&D wiki, they were kind of indifferent, but I don't actually have that much experience.
I don't know. It's
Okay.
kind of like probably hard to generalize.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Mm,
I don't
that was
know
fine.
exactly
Yeah,
what setting your like the version of Thrycreen that you are. If you
true.
were a Thrycreen from Dark Sun, it's kind of
Mhm.
a survival of the fittest kind of world, and so like in that
Gotcha.
context, they're going
That
to
makes sense.
kill for resources, right, or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if that's the case, they seem to be working together to gain resources here, so they're not killing each other for resources.
They look like they're fishing.
Probably at
Mhm.
this point, you were in Sigil and you saw that demons and devils and angels were all like kind of coexisting, and so the rules of what is normal are kind of different.
That's true.
So, do we see it can does anybody see any way to get down here? Is there a good path to follow, or how are we going to do this?
I believe there was a path
Yeah.
mentioned, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not treacherous.
Okay.
It's just like a switchback down. So, you want to approach?
Clack is willing to approach.
I'm going to take that as you guys are moving down there.
I'm
Yep.
moving, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are starting to make your way down the switchback, and you're approaching, hoping to make contact with the Thrycreen. Notices you as you're making your way, and it perks up and it kind of like elbows the smaller one, and you can hear it is, communicating to you, and it says, "Oh, hey there. Hey, how are you doing?"
Hello. I'm doing very well, and he will respond to the best as he can in Thrycreen. Or are they? Sorry, I should have asked first. Are they speaking common, or
You can.
that would have been
It's
more
it just
appropriate.
it's like a telepathy. So it's not really in language per se. It's just like you like
Mm,
innately know what they're like saying.
Do we all
Gotcha.
hear it, or just Clack?
All of you. All of you.
Greetings. Oh, I haven't seen this art in so long.
I know it's so cute.
So there are not little Thrycreens running all over him, in this case, but emerald carapace, red sash, has some daggers, seems to be armed a bit, has some weaponry, big longbow on its back, but Klak, as a human artificer, do you understand Thrycreen?
In my languages, yes, it says I do have him understanding Thrycreen.
Okay. So you just hear him. He like turns to the smaller, like the slightly shorter Thrycreen, and he just says, "Rudy, look, there's some primes here." And then he turns to you and he says, sorry, didn't mean to be rude. Looks like you're a little. It looks like you're lost. I get the feeling you're about to come over here and ask me for directions."
He is going to pretend he didn't hear that for right now. He's like, yes, we are searching for a modron, and we're looking for directions to Automata.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, you're not far. Honestly, you're doing pretty good. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to like get up on the other side here, start heading, uh, well, to the edge of the plain, out that way. Just follow this river. If you just follow this river, eventually, you'll see it'll start to straighten out. Just look for like when things start to kind of straighten out, and you'll know you're in the right direction. Yeah. It's real orderly over there. So you'll see that reflected.
I see. Uh, may I ask, do you two live out here?
Oh, no, gosh, no. Hey, just on a little fishing trip with my son here. A little vacation.
Ah,
Yeah.
that sounds wonderful. Where are you from?
Oh, man. Well, right now, home is this place called Mukopia. You probably haven't heard of it. It really doesn't matter. We're trying to get away from all that. It's just like the busyness and everything. Just trying to get some little rest and relaxation and get out here in nature again.
Mm, I see. Well, since we haven't been to this neck of the woods, could you tell us of anything we might need to be cautious of?
Oh, well, jeez. How much time do you got?
Time is relative?
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's fairly true. Well, and then he's gonna start telling you about like, um, he'd probably start to tell you about the different types of slimes and oozes that one might encounter, and he'll tell you like Did you know there's an elemental plane of slimes and oozes? Yeah, there's all sorts of gnarly stuff, and it leaks up in here. I've seen it, and like I know my slimes and oozes. Let me tell you, but. You got your jellies, you got your oozes, you got your cubes, You got your isocahedrons. You've got all sorts of stuff that generally pretty acidic, and some of it kind of psychic. They got like psychic oozes out here. And he'll just keep talking until you like stop him. None of this seems particularly helpful.
I feel like for Clack, he would listen pretty respectfully out of just pure excitement that there's another Thri-kreen. But after maybe about 5 to 10 minutes, he'll be like, "Well, thank you."
Hey, no
Kinda
problem. I'm always happy to share what information and knowledge I have. What are you all up to? You going to catch a train?
Well, we could. Wait, what's a train? Well, we are looking for that modron that we had mentioned recently. Have you seen any modron recently? That probably would have been a better question to open up with.
There's a lot of modron in Automata.
How about one with well, that is but have you seen one out here recently?
No.
Okay. Have you been to Automata recently?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
A couple of days ago.
Oh, okay. This might be a toss in the dark. Have you seen one with the serial number R04M?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I think I've asked all the questions I can ask, and he's gonna look to. Any questions for our friends here?
Yeah. What are you fishing for?
I
I
mean,
used to do some fishing in my back at home.
well, I really don't know. I don't know that we're catching some pretty gnarly stuff in here though. There's this like eel-like thing that was um uh it was really long. It was like 10 feet long.
What are you using for bait?
Well, and he's gonna show you. He's got like this jar, and he's like kind of shakes it around. There's like these little kind of leech-like things in there, but they're like red and purple.
Ooh.
Where do you find those?
Uh, he looks up at the sky for a second. He's like, uh, you gotta go. Like, it's hard to explain. I guess I want to point to the sky amongst the stars.
So you didn't find the bait down around
No, we
here?
brought it. We brought it with us. Yeah,
I see.
little something from home.
You seen anybody else traveling through this corridor here since you've been here?
No, I mean we've no one, not people. Saw some interesting wildlife, and there's like a big dragon flying around. It's beautiful. Got these big kind of purplish pink wings and lovely.
A dragon?
A purplish pink dragon.
Yeah, I've got some experience with dragons, and they're quite a sight to behold.
Yeah.
Especially out here in its natural habitat. It's, oh my gosh, it's just, I hope you catch a glimpse of it on your way.
Has it been out here recently? Because you said you were out here for a week? Or no, you were planning to be out here for a week.
Yeah, a couple days ago, 2 days ago, we saw it. Is that right? Clack, 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 clack. Yep.
Oh. All right. That is good to know. Well, I'm satisfied.
What's a train?
It's this it's a mode of transportation. It runs along on these like iron rails, but this one
It's a
is
track. It's a
special.
track. It's called a track.
It's a track.
What is wrong with you people?
I
You don't know anything.
Wow.
I didn't know how to explain it very good, but that's a good word is a track. That's exactly what it's on. It'll take you to different planes. It's really handy, you know. If you're wanting to do some sightseeing, I'd recommend getting a ticket.
And this can be done in Automata?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what? There you go. The train, I think, is a modron. Maybe that's the one you're looking for.
The train's a modron?
Yeah. He has like a face on the front of it and a big eyeball.
That sucks.
I feel like I've heard of something like this before, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's just not happening. This is insane.
What's the guy's name? Mr. Conductor. You go and you find yourself Mr. Conductor, and he'll help you out.
Mr. Conductor.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
That'd be silly. It'd be absurd.
Yeah, that would be silly. That would be ridiculous. None of the rest of this stuff is, but that would just be ridiculous.
So, is this train only in Automata, or is it the other gate towns?
If you want to get on the train, that's where you're gonna have to get on, and buy a ticket. It'll take it goes to some. It doesn't go really to the other gate towns. It'll go to different outer planes. So if you're looking to travel the multiverse on a budget, it's a great option.
Yeah, that sounds like what we're up for, right? A budget trip to Mechanus. That's exactly what we're looking to do. Mr.
Yeah.
Bug Person Creature Thry-Creen. Thry-Creen? Thigh? Thry? I don't know.
Try.
Try.
Okay. Do you go by names? Do you have names, or is it more just a clicky thing? Is that offensive? Should I not have asked that question? I'm so sorry.
Well,
I've never met someone like you before.
oh no, it's no worries. Don't you know? I don't know how things happen in the world that you're from, so you know I'd probably put my claw or my appendage in my mouth if I started asking you things. My name is Zephistopheles. You can call me Zeph. You know, which one are you? Oh, this one's Rudy.
Which one are you?
Nice to meet you. All right, and Cerebella's like regretting all the like bugs she stepped on over the years. You know, just all like that horror feeling of this is what I get. This is what I get. You know, not watching where I step, having the exterminator come with that ant problem. Like this is just, this is what happens.
If you say we're gonna go up, follow the river, how is that the way you go? The river.
Yeah, that's the way I'd go.
You just walk along the banks.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
Can't get lost.
You have any tips for directions if there is no river?
My tip would be that you went the wrong way somehow.
I get that part, but I mean if we have to go somewhere else that's not where we're going right now.
I guess you better hope there's a couple of fisher people that also got lost that could give you new directions. Just like I said, you know, just try to find where the lines get all like 90 degrees and straight, you know. Just look for the horizon and try to see where everything seems to line up. You'll find it.
And then look for the train on the tracks. take the
That would
train
be
into
good too. Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be a good sign.
I think we got a basic idea, right, folks?
Yeah.
It's a start.
Thank you for your time.
Hey, no worries, no problem. I hope you find the little guy.
Hmm.
Thank you for your time, and have fun with your son.
Yeah, goodbye. Thanks. And they go back to putting their lines in the water.
What a stand-up Thrycreen.
Why do they sometimes crawl?
No, as in just like a fair gentleman.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, didn't understand.
Too good.
All right. So you're gonna follow this river and see if he has led you astray or not.
I trust Zeph.
None of
Damn
this is
guy.
exactly going to be reflected on the map, but it's sort of my interpretation of how the terrain would change and alter the closer you were getting to Automata. But at some point, as you are traveling overland, you will see that the river does indeed get weirdly. It's like winding, right? Like it's curving up and around and navigating through this rock formation that it seems to have dug itself into, and everything like seems normal. The way that rivers would cut through the earth in the lands that you're from or the worlds that you're from, but at some point it just like weird, it just like straightens out and is like perfect width, unchanging. The water's flowing evenly and straight in the same direction um, towards this little town that you can see up ahead. And you start to orient yourselves, making your way in that direction. There isn't a doubt in your mind that this is exactly what Zeph was describing to you. And as you start to like make your way in that direction, you can see that there is life in this town. Probably the first thing that you notice is that all of the streets are perfect width. Every block seems to be shaped the exact same dimensions with the exact same buildings on each block. Every building is the exact same height. Almost like this whole place was designed by a single architect that had one design and like very little imagination because everything is lock and step uniform. Um, the one thing as you're coming into the town, you can see that there are various different modron shapes in the town. Some are the spherical monodrones, which is what you're looking for, is a monodrone. There are some that have kind of square tops. There are some that have like kind of triangular, all different shapes and sizes, different numbers of appendages, different numbers of eyes, just these little metallic kind of husks on these wiry appendages. And they all seem to kind of follow their own order too, like, two duo drones maybe walking side by side, three tri drones side by side, and they walk very uniform and almost like marching band rhythmic uniform step even. It's not just mono drones here, though. I don't want to give you the impression that this is like a mono drone town. It is not. It's just that it seems to be a high volume of them. Definitely Githzerai that you see about, other humans, elves, a smattering of diversity. But even those that are not monodromes, it feels like they kind of walk with a certain rhythm and precision that's almost uncanny also. At the center of the town, you can see that there's like this it's like a big cog wheel that sits almost like a monument in the center of town. And you can see there's like this huge long line single file line of people that seem to be lined up, waiting, almost like queuing up to pass through a little opening inside the cogwheel. The cogwheel is moving also. Like it seems like it's what semi-spherical or circular, semicircular, and it's like moving up, and you can only see like the top half of it. The other half seems to like go down into the earth and kind of continue that same rotation. And you do see also, you had heard that there were some tracks and such, and you definitely see a network of tracks that lead into the town, to a building that seems to be like a train station, essentially, with a boarding platform and whatnot. And there's a train there, and I think I've got an image of the train. I'll see if I can find it for you as you're taking this all in.
So this must be the town. It looks like the town. It looks like what the Thrycreen. What was his name? What he
Zeph-
described. I have it.
Zeph and Rudy.
Wow.
Sophocles.
Oh my god! Got a
does-
mustache.
Why does he have a mustache?
Oh,
Must
this
be a
is great.
sophisticated train, right?
Dude, this train has like the poutiest lip.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this place is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So Baz is gonna say, I'm sorry. So are we supposed to be looking for the modron here, or are we supposed to be getting on a train to look for the modron? I don't understand. What are we doing?
I thought we were supposed to go to Mechanus, which we can access through the train, right?
So there's
That's-
no reason to be even looking or checking at any of these modrons around here?
Well,
Yeah,
to
I
be frank,
suppose.
we don't even know if he is even there. He could still be here or not here entirely. We
That's
have
true.
no clue. This is just the start.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That was-
Jeff just redeemed a wandering encounter, so here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
here we go.
wow.
So you all
Him?
show up and you got all these questions and you're just trying to take it in. What are we doing? Where are we going to try to find this thing? You know, and suddenly you are set upon by a stiff-looking Gazeri man in a sharp uniform, sharper mustache. You thought this train had a wicked mustache. Like this guy shows up and he's got just big, bushy Tom Selleck mustache, and he's got seven other Gazeri with him that also have uniforms, but it would seem they've got emblems on themselves that seem like they're the underlings or whatever, and this is the head honcho, this is the sergeant or whatever. And so he shows up and he says, y'all newcomers in town here, you're going to have to
Mhm.
register with the council or we're going to have trouble. We don't have trouble in Automata.
Does everyone who enters Automata register at the council?
Yep. No exceptions. We don't like exceptions in Automata. So, if you kindly follow me, we'll get you processed and get you taken care of, get your names, find out what your business is, date of birth,
Oh.
height, weight,
Mm.
brothers, siblings. We'll get all of your records and your history and decide whether your business is legitimate, and then we'll take a
Mhm.
vote. And
How long does that take?
it's going to take a bit.
Does every when I
Okay.
say everyone who registers, does also include the modrons as well?
Oh yeah.
Huh. I don't know about
Fortunately, a
you
lot
guys.
of them, we get advance notice when they're coming through the gate, and so they usually send their information ahead of time. But I don't know. I don't know any of you. So come along. We'll get you.
I think, unfortunately, we are here on very classified, secret business.
Temporary.
I don't like the sound of that, to be honest with you. Classified, secret. I'm
I
gonna
think we're
need to know more.
trying to just move along, move on our way. Just
Got it.
trying to get
Halfway
through it.
Mhm.
Trying to get all through this. Let us pass, please.
Uh, I, look, I don't see the harm in allowing you to come through. It's just the rules, and that's what my job is to enforce the rules. And so if I let you go, what kind of precedent have I set? We've already got chaos agents moping around trying to reshape things and fill all the modrons' heads with crazy schemes and such. I don't need any more of that. Please don't make this harder on any of us. Tell me a little bit about your business. What are you here for?
We're here
Well,
to investigate the chaos agents that are putting the damaging thoughts into the modrons.
Who is the leader of that?
That's classified. We can't
It
discuss the
is
details
really
with
not
you.
classified at all.
It really is. We're sworn to
Who's-
secrecy.
who's the leader?
Well, you know.
You know, I think this may be above your pay grade.
I'm on the council. I feel like you don't know anything about where you're at, is what it feels like. So now I'm gonna need double the information from you. This is gonna be a lot of paperwork. We better get started. I mean, I hope you did your stretches, because get that pen hand ready. You're gonna be signing a lot of ink.
I really don't want to do this, guys. I don't want to do this. I think this isn't a very good use of our time. I don't think I have answers.
No, we don't have answers to most of these questions.
I don't have a lot. Some of
Y-
the memory is just not what it used to be. And some things are very different now. They're just different, okay? And you have to accept that. I'm trying to accept that.
Yeah.
You're upset. I didn't mean to upset you.
Not
It's been a
just you.
very
It's a lot of things. A lot of things. Some people are missing arms, right? I mean, it's distressing.
that's right.
Did you encounter a violent situation on your way to our fair town?
No.
Is there danger?
Oh, there's always danger. There's danger everywhere.
Look sharp,
There's
boys.
apparently psychic oozes that can just do things to you and eat your skin. I don't know. And there's a dragon. What the actual dragon?
Why don't you? I don't know. Why don't you make just give me a charisma check.
Are you the chaos leader?
I'm having a rough day. 6.
And they're all looking at the rest of you, like, um, they're not really like stepping in to like intervene or like you get like a little pat from the general man or the sheriff man. He's like, there. Do you need a glass of water?
Is it water? Or is it something that'll, like, I don't know, just, like, erode my insides or turn rainbow colors or, like, burst into tentacle creatures? What is going on here?
Distilled water. Very clean.
Okay, maybe that would be good. Maybe some water would be good. It's a lot to take in. It's just a lot to take in.
I mean, do you see how upset that you have made her? I mean, this is ridiculous, and I don't think that they're going to be very happy when we report back, and that you have delayed us in our very important mission.
Who is they?
I told you that's classified. We can't discuss it with you.
There's like, okay, I can't let you in the town without some details, so I think you're gonna have to go out there. And he just like points like the direction like you came from.
Okay, fine. We lost our best friend. He's a modron wandering the city alone without anyone to help guide him. He left home. He never came back. We don't know where he went. We just thought this would be the best place to start.
We gotta fill out a missing modron form. What's his name?
I turn towards the group, and if no one stops me, he will give the serial number.
R04M. Okay. Why did he go missing? Where did you last see him?
I look towards the group. No one says anything. He was in Sigil with us not too long ago, and he just vanished.
That's very unnatural.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, and you think he came here?
It was the only thing we could think of to start. I mean, there's a lot of other gate towns, and some of them could be, not here.
We hoped he ended up somewhere safe, so we wanted to check the safest place we could think of.
Maybe he wanted to go visit his parents or something. We don't know.
Yes, we are extremely worried about him. Extremely.
Perhaps he registered in your system, and then he did come through here. Maybe. But if he's so lost, we don't know.
Well, when we go and check, we could go to the Gate Travel Administration offices and check their logs and see if your little buddy showed up. I don't understand why this is top secret, but did you all encounter anything out there that's affecting your emotional cognition? It seems like there's a lot going on here that I'm confused by.
The loss of a dear friend.
I see. Emotional trauma. They lost their modron. Okay. Very well. Come with me. Follow me.
Extremely torn up about it.
Whatever it takes to just get through this craziness.
So he waves you to like follow him into the town and takes you to like a corner of one of the blocks. And you enter this square 2-story building, and inside there are there's like a front desk, little waiting area, and behind the desk there is a we'll say there's a little, I don't know, a goblin, little kind of turquoise skinned goblin behind the desk. And you see the Gazera say, we need to check the logs for a R04M. It's a missing, did you say it's a monodrone? monodrone. See if there's something that came through, maybe left to Mechanus and whatnot. And so like they flip up this big tome right onto the top of the desk, and he starts flipping through it and like paging through, and he's seems to know exactly how this thing is organized because he flips to like it's all tabbed, the pages, and so he's like, goes to like the R0 section and like starts flipping through and says, no. Well, I have to think about this actually. Yes. There is like an entry for that name, but it is from a significant amount of time ago. 100 years ago. And then they kind of converse, and they're talking like kind of hushed. Clearly, like they don't want like you to overhear the conversation. I guess all of you can make a perception check, see if you can overhear what they are saying.
It feels so good to see my rolls. 13.
Okay, Baz had a 20. So Baz,
Ooh.
you overhear them say, the Gizeri says, 100 years ago. Wasn't that when the Modron March came early? And the goblin just kind of does a shrug, and he says, okay. And then he like pulls away and he says, well, it looks like your little friend did come through here a century ago. I don't, probably when he originally came through from Mechanus.
Oh, you don't have details on where they were coming, where people were, where things were coming from and where they were heading to, just that they came through.
Just that he came through from Mechanus to here.
Mm.
No log of him going to the other side.
Not very thorough paperwork, huh?
Well, maybe your friend didn't come here.
Or perhaps he's caught up with the Chaos Makers and they're holding him hostage. So he wasn't able to register, because we all know that he would, because he's such a near and dear friend of ours.
Maybe he turned the 4 to an 8 and now has a completely different number. We just don't know.
Help us, please. Help.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. I mean, like, this is going to take some time. It seemed like you didn't want to take time to fill out my paperwork. But if you got time, why don't you head down to the tavern? Maybe book a room. You might be staying here a while, I'll see if we'll dig through records and see if we can find something. But I mean, if you think your little buddy caught up with, the anarchist element in town, I'm gonna have to look into that. I mean,
Is there a way we can help in the matter to speed along the process?
I just don't know, because I don't even know that your friend is here.
That is true.
The wheels of justice take time. We got to do this right. We got to do it by the book.
Is the area we came in through, that is the normal place for people to enter and leave? That is the only exit entrance to the city?
It isn't like a walled city or anything. Like there wasn't like a
Oh, okay.
focal point that you came to. It was just
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
chat got a the chat dropped a wandering encounter on you, and so Johnny Law was there to catch you and,
That's fair.
and have you
Uh,
register.
That's fair. What he's wondering, what he's trying to get at is he's wondering, is there a guard? Is there like a common spot that people come in through, and is there a guard there that would have known to like pick up and like look at the like serial numbers that they could ask about?
They don't. There is. It probably seems strange that they don't actually have a wall and a gate where they control who comes and goes into the town that thoroughly. What they control is that cog that you saw. At this point, I think you've talked with him long enough that you realize that is the gate to Mechanus, and that's why everyone's queued up to use that gate. So that is what they control and know who's coming and going to the outer plane.
Oh, okay.
But the
Gotcha.
town itself, they don't really. Like, you just were walking in and looked a little suspicious, I guess.
Okay, gotcha. I understand now.
But he would say and suggest, if you're staying a bit and you're wanting him to take a look and see if he can find some evidence of your friend, that sorry, I am trying to find the name of the tavern is the Divine Machine. So he can give you some directions to head there if you would like to get, make accommodations for yourself and wait for him to dig up some info for you.
Okay.
Can I just ask him what he's talking about the agents of chaos and what they would be trying to convince the modrons of? Like, what are they trying to get them to do? Sign up for their cause? Like, what?
He just looks at you and he's like, I thought you knew all about this.
Yeah, show me where the tavern is.
And he'll give you some directions so you can go and find it. So you're making your way directly to the Divine Machine.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Probably.
So you go, you follow his directions, and you find yourself in a tavern that is pretty bustling with activity. Although, as you're entering, you're noticing that all of the furniture and everything in here is just a little small. And it would seem that most of the patrons are feeling that. Like, a lot of people are sitting, it's almost like adults sitting in like a preschool lunchroom or something. Like, everybody just does not seem to fit. And there is a halfling behind the bar who is attending to her customers, and there's kind of a smell in the area of kind of like ground coffee beans, but number of different people eating food. There's some modrons that seem to be kind of moving throughout the crowded space, taking orders and delivering drink orders to tables and whatnot. And so as you enter, the woman says, I'll be right with you. And as you're taking it all in, you do see that there is a Gazeri woman sitting in like a tiny booth right to your left, just inside the tavern as you're walking in. And on the table in front of her. She's got a hot beverage in a mug, and she's looking at this this object that's kind of molded in the shape of a skull. And it looks like she's just like concentrating on it, and she's like putting her fingers together and kind of talking to herself a little bit. You see her like she like closes her eyes, and seems like she's like deep in concentration.
Does it look anything like the skull that we saw when we first woke up?
Not really. Because as you're looking at it, it doesn't look like it's actually made of bone material. It looks more like a sculpture. I'm trying to see if I've got a description so I don't have to retcon whatever falls out of my mouth right now. Well, it's okay, so it's kind of a mix of stone and metal. So like the skull part of it, like one half of its cranium is kind of this polished marble, and then the jaw is sort of a dark iron. But then the right hemisphere of its cranium is all gears that seem to be kind of spinning and turning and clicking.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I am meditating. I am thinking. I am... But I'm lost.
Yep.
More questions than answers.
Yeah. Me too. What are you trying to think about there?
Why did it give me this? This was an object that was given to me. But I don't understand why. What was he trying to tell me?
Well, who gave it to you?
It does not matter.
Huh. I think maybe it might matter.
Well, he's long gone. I can't ask him myself. But it was left us by a curious little modron.
Really? Go on. What did he say?
I think he needed my help, but we were unable to communicate.
Where did you see this modron, huh?
Well, I've had a bit of a few days, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm the caretaker. Yeah. What does that mean?
Just yes, I agree.
Well,
we all have.
I don't mean to burden you with my problems.
No, I'm really interested. I want to hear. Please continue.
Well, my castle is overtaken by fiends. That's where I was with this modron. I think it came to me. It was seeking me out because there's a great library that I am the caretaker of. But
you become friends with this modron?
We weren't together for very long. I don't get many visitors. Oh, go ahead.
A name really tells a lot about somebody. For example, I'm Zilloff.
Sorry, my name is Zathier.
And how about that modron?
Rome is what I took to calling him. There was some letters.
He steps away and looks back at everybody. And all right, go ahead. And he like steps back and just sits there. And that was exhausting for him. Go ahead, all. Go ahead.
She's like, I'm so confused.
We are in search of this Rome that you speak of.
You know him?
We are familiar with him, yes.
Do you know what he wanted?
No, we're trying to find out.
Do you know what this is? And she's like gesturing to the skull.
Not a clue.
Is it the clock? Does it tell time? Does it open up in some way? Do you have to like fiddle with it? Is it like one of those like puzzle cube thingies or?
May I take a look?
Sure. And she like hands it to you. And you're looking at it and like the gears are click,
Mhm.
click, click. They're clicking and like making sound, and like it looks like it's like a complex device, whatever it is. You are a artificer. Yeah,
Mhm.
so is there anything special that you are trying to do or employ with it?
I guess tapping into this newfound knowledge I understand that there like is a bunch of gears, but is there a way to like identify like how they connect? Is it like like something to make them move? Do the gears have runes on them?
Make a Arcana check.
Okay. The roll of a 20.
So while they are mechanical in nature, like definitely this thing is infused with magic.
Okay.
And based on like what you're seeing, like it is likely drawing power from Mechanus itself is probably the what powers it.
Mm.
And I would say that a hypothesis that maybe you arrive at is that this in some way is like a component of a modron potentially.
Oh. Like so like if I were like I don't know if this is actually what it is. So like as he's like kind of flipping it around, like does it look like maybe like where like the brainstem would be, or like somewhere like in like the divots of the skull there's like some kind of like plug
Yep.
type deal?
Yep, there's like
Okay.
a socket there. And so there's evidence that it like links into something, and just based on, and again, you're maybe bewildered that you know this, or that you're
Yeah.
drawing these connections, but um innately as you're looking at it and studying it, like you just know like this design work is perfect, and like the
Mhm.
timing of all of these gears is perfect, like in that, like there's nothing about it that leads you to think that this thing would ever need recalibrating, except for there appears to be some damage to not the gears themselves, but it looks like where you can see some arcane runes on it. They've been marred, or like there's been
Hmm.
some structural damage, like some of the stonework is chipped away.
Oh. What a shame. This is I don't know how I know this, but this is beautiful craftsmanship. Like just practically perfect in every way. And he's gonna kind of focus in on that like little chip area. Um, I have these new tools. Is there a way to fix it? I have a I don't know if he actually can, but if there's an option for it, I have thieves, smith, and leatherwork.
Make make an intelligence check, and you can add your proficiency bonus to that because of your tool proficiency.
Okay, so I'll roll for intelligence, and whatever it is, I'll add a 3.
Okay.
Oop, 11.
So you take out some of your tools and you're kind of looking at this thing, and you're realizing maybe you don't know what the runes originally were. Like you could probably buff and polish it out. We'll say, actually, I'm gonna change it and say like some of the gears do look damaged also, and so like
Okay.
you can fix and repair that the physical properties of it. But I'm gonna say combine with your Arcana check earlier, the 20.
Hmm.
There's probably damage to the thing that is more than its physical,
Gotcha. Okay.
and so Zaythir says, "You seem like you know a lot about this object."
Uh, I don't know how I know more about it. I find myself interested with the inner clickety clackety workings of things lately. I don't know what it does, but it seems to be one part of a greater whole. That much I can tell. And that it has seen some damage. But you said you got this from Rome, and Rome was at your castle, and your castle was attacked. Was Rome there when it was attacked, or?
He was, but I we got split. I don't know. He could be in the hands of the fiends for all I know.
Hmm. And
But
he gave you this during the escape or beforehand? Like you
no,
happened.
beforehand, it was a couple days before the fiends attacked.
Mm. You mentioned you weren't sure why. Did he speak or?
We weren't able to communicate. Um,
Mm.
I was gonna say thank you for the raid, Prometheus. Appreciate that. Give you a shout out. Hope you guys had a good game tonight. Go ahead and give them a follow. She tells you, but you said you think that this is a piece of a modron. Perhaps this has some information. Maybe that's why he brought it to me. It really felt like he intentionally sought me out and
Hmm.
brought this
W-
device. If we could get
What are?
access to my library, I was in the midst of trying to figure it out, but um,
Hmm.
if we could get back into my library, I'm sure we could learn more about it.
Clack's gonna look kind of to the group and be like, "This seems like the strongest lead we have. Should we look into it?"
You say fiends, and they're still there?
I would think so. I imagine they were trying to. I don't know exactly what they're after. It could be knowledge within my library, or it might be the castle itself because of what it is. It is a vehicle.
What? Oh, okay. Like a transformer? Something that
Hmm.
it just moves and
It is a.
okay.
It walks. I know how to
Mhm.
operate it. I imagine that they do not. For all I know, it's probably still, unless they found a way to manipulate it and make it move. It's I think I could lead us there. It's probably stationary
Yeah.
where I last
Yeah, the
saw it.
castle probably didn't walk away yet. Probably staying, put like it should, right? Unless the fiends from hell took over and learned how to make castles walk. Yeah, you guys look really normal. This doesn't sound insane to the rest of you?
Your castle's a carriage?
I suppose you could think of it that way.
It's
Moves
very
about as
interesting.
fast. I like
Tell
to
us more
think of it
about
as a
these.
mobile library.
Feel. Yeah.
Hmm.
Invaded by Hellions.
So when the fiends took over your library, you just left?
Well, what was I to do? They wanted to ensnare and enslave me and God knows what.
So you took the skull and you left and came here.
I mean, I am nothing in the wake of there was a lot of them.
I understand.
I am just a scholar.
I completely understand.
When
So,
was this? How long ago was this?
I think it was a little over a week ago, maybe 10 days.
You tell us more about these fiends.
mhm.
What were they? How did they move? How did they act?
Well, they were all kind of different. There was one green, big wings, had a giant axe. He seemed to be the one that they all deferred to. What did they call him? They referred to him as Larsh, the Gore Drinker. It was a terrible name. You understand why I fled. I do not wish to be drunk. To be
I
drank.
completely understand.
There were 2 tieflings, I want to say. There were some purplish ones. They carried tridents. They seemed to be a team. Probably countless others. I can't say for certain. These are the ones that I saw. But as I said, it's been a little bit of time. They may have called in reinforcements, and
What would they want with your library? What sort of library do you have?
it is a great library. I mean, I am not the first of my kind to care for it. We have generations of tomes about the multiverse and books about the outer planes and trying to understand how it all comes together, how it all works. There's no shortage of information that the fiends may want, if that is what they want.
Be a real shame for such a wealth of knowledge to be lost, I'd say.
Yes.
Do you know like secret ways into your library or your castle, like that the fiends might not know, so we don't have to fight them or be killed?
Um, no, it doesn't have such features. It's pretty open. Um,
How does the castle move?
it has legs, but it requires one who is attuned to it to operate it.
So that's why you think it's probably in the same place. You don't think they would be able to achieve that.
I don't think so.
If we go with you, you could show us where it is, and then you could help us out.
I think you would be helping me out more than
Yeah.
the reverse, but it seems like you know this modron. I would do everything that I can to help you understand or help me understand what this skull is. I mean, I was trying to solve this mystery, and maybe the universe has brought us together for this shared purpose. I
Hmm.
don't have much to give you as a reward, but certainly my library is yours.
Mm. Maybe, do you have any books in there about forced reincarnation and stuff?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes. Maybe. Is an interesting question.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we know where we're all headed, huh?
You said you couldn't communicate with Rome, though. Can you usually communicate with modrons? Like, I wonder if we'll be able to when we get there.
Well, monodrones are tricky. Some of the higher ordered modrons are more capable of speech. But as a modron, the lowliest of the order, it is really only designed to communicate with duodrones. Hmm. That is where we had a bit of trouble understanding one another.
What's a duodrone?
Well, if you think of, and she'll like explain in her way, but basically, Modron society is very rigid and very structured, and so it is set up that you have monodrones, and then you have duodrones, and then you have tridrones, and then you have quadrones, and then on and pentadrones, and on and on and on and on. And Modrons are designed to only be able to talk to one level above or one level below. And so any communication that is going to go through Modron society comes from a singular source at the top that then communicates down the pyramid in that fashion.
It sounds like some sort of scheme.
It does.
Like the biggest game of telephone.
And so she would explain monodrones being at the bottom of the chain are the least equipped to talk outside of that paradigm.
Well, I guess should we start finding our way to this castle, or what do you guys think? Or sorry, not castle, library.
I think we
She's in
better
a
check it
castle.
out. Yeah.
A castle
Castle.
with legs filled with
Mhm.
fiends. Mhm.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you-
why that's why I'm hesitant.
Do you ever have a dream where the dream just feels like it's from an from feels like almost like a memory, this dream? Does it sound like something you've read?
I've had
Say
dreams.
say I maybe took a form of another body, and then I died, and I came back, and now I'm having memories from that former body. What does that sound like? Something that you've read about?
Does this have anything to do with the monodrone? Is that why you're trying to find him?
Yes.
Does he know? Maybe he knows the answer to all this. I don't know how to answer your question.
Okay. Thanks.
Maybe I have a book that you could read to help you with
I
that.
might. Sure. Sure. Sounds good. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Whew. Okay. And so it sounds like you're going to leave town, and in some bit of time here, the sheriff's going to come to the tavern and be like, "Where'd they go?" He's going to have a big file, all this research that he did to find out your answer. You'll be long gone. So
Oh, I feel
the
bad. Should
answer
we
was
wait?
right there. No.
Wait,
We did
he'll
send
live.
him on a chase. That's true. We'll be back.
You'll
We'll
be
be
I
back.
feel
I'm
good.
sure
He
you'll be
was
back.
very
Oh,
productive.
definitely.
He
And
has all kinds of files. It's gonna make his day.
he did say it was going to be a while. He didn't specify for how long.
I hope the chat doesn't feel cheated by their wandering encounter, but there wasn't really like a good way to shoehorn a combat in there. That was the best I could do. So
Suddenly you're attacked by several monitors.
Chaos, chaos, chaos.
It's true.
So next time, it sounds like this will probably be where we stop. We don't want to start this whole thing just now, but next time you guys will show up at the walking castle and have some fiends maybe to deal with. So
Mm. We'll be
I'm
howling
excited.
to get there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
well, with that, I guess we'd close out our episode with a bit of gratitude before we sign off here.
I'll go first. My God, Robin, you just saying, wait, so they crawl? Like the little all fours comment, that's just like so great. I love like the little quick little snappy remarks. I just love it so much.
That came so fast and so quick. It took me a solid second to like realize what happened. I was like, "Oh my god."
Well, you fed it right to me, Jenna. So
I thought
my
Jenna's conversation with the Thri-kreen was well done and useful, and also it's and I don't know, it's funny to think about you as a human now trying to like talk to a Thri-kreen and sort of being envious about that, but also like he was a commoner Thri-kreen,
Yeah.
so he's still like a little bit uppity about it. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, all right, I'm done talking to you.
It's like, I see.
You have
Moving
no
on.
idea how important that Thri-kreen is. I am so grateful I got to see Zeph and his grown son going fishing. It was like I got to play in a game with him, and it just was so sweet to see them again. So I was grateful for returning characters.
I do have to throw gratitude towards that because it's like as soon as I saw that drawing, I was like, I drew that guy. I made that picture, and then I was like, and then the voice came in, and I was like, it's him.
Yeah, that was a stupid idea I had in the car the other day. I was like, there needs to be somebody on the other side of this portal to like ask a question of, I don't know. I don't know why Zeph came into my head.
It's
It was
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah.
It was. I enjoyed Robin's character kind of losing it a bit, and in a way, like Zilloff, he like I couldn't say like what he was thinking at the time, but he was like, "Wow, I wonder if that's what I look like all the time."
Your calm energy is so great. Like it's just this I don't know. I just love the balance of energy in our
He's
party.
trying. He's trying his best to not get too worked up.
Mhm.
Trying to zen it out as best he can.
I think my gratitude would go towards Dawson because I think you grabbed the reins when you were getting accosted by the law in Automata, and so I think he did a good job
Oh God, yeah.
diffusing the situation and using your character's just kind of level-headedness to bring you back in.
Such a contrast too between Cerebella and Baldwin. Just like
approach. I love our approach where it's like, we're here to investigate this secret thing that we can't talk about at all. Then there's like, I mean, we had so many, and then Dawson does come in with just this, or Baldwin, just like, hey, we're looking for our friend. Like, it was perfect.
Well, thank you all. It's good to play with you all again after a little bit of a break. But we will be back at it here next week, and we will see what you get up to at this castle. And you got your pulse. You got the pulse on a lead that might bear some fruit for you regarding the modron. So awesome. Well, thanks all. Let's see if we've got anybody on that we could toss a raid over to.
Poem is ready if you want it.
Yeah, we want the poem.
Oh yeah, what's the
We
poem?
need our haiku.
We got Enter the Outlands. The wheels of justice takes time. To castles we go.
ooh. The wheels of justice take time.
The second I heard that, I was like, I'm putting that in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, let's throw a raid over to Hearth Coven Games. See what they're up to. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out. We got a game tomorrow night. Casey's running a community campaign game that's going to have quite a menagerie of past 20 sides characters, so that could be kind of fun to come and watch. And then Saturday morning at 10 a.m. we got Dolmenwood, so hope we'll see you for some of those streams. But bye for now. Take care. We'll see you soon.